everyone. After getting a massive beating from Iran, the USA is now literally seeing stars in broad daylight and is behaving in some truly bizarre ways. Actions that, during an actual war, no one in their right mind would take. So we're witnessing these critically abnormal behaviors. And the thing that concerns me the most right now is that Donald Trump can take any kind of decision. As you may remember, around the 24th or 25th, Donald Trump basically gave Iran a 10-day ultimatum. If no deal is reached within this time, he will ultimately destroy all of Iran's power plants and every kind of energy source. He issued that warning, and now only 48 hours remain until it expires. Just a short while ago, Donald Trump tweeted again, reminding everyone of exactly that. Within the next 48 hours, if Iran doesn't make a deal, he will execute his plan. On the Iranian side, they have already given a straightforward response. The USA must leave the Middle East, abandon the petrodollar and switch to the petroleum, hand over control of the Strait of Hormuz, and no American bases can remain in the Middle East. So Iran is still standing firm on its demands, while the USA has once again reminded everyone of its own conditions and ultimatum.
We have some breaking news right now, and it is not looking good. As we said right here on this program at the Daily Rumble, that the United States and Israel was planning to use a nuclear weapon on Iran sometime in the near future. Now we have confirmation of that. When everybody was saying that we were crazy and it was fake news and that we were even on the fringe side of news, now we are having confirmation, and it's coming from a member of the UN themselves. Mohammed Safa, a member of the PVA, the Patriotic Vision Association, has just announced his resignation to the UN after citing that the Security Council of the UN is being utilized in order to prepare the UN for a nuclear strike, the first time since World War II. And the consequences of this would be absolutely devastating. We are talking about a nuclear strike potentially on Tehran, a city of 10 million people. And this is a worldwide emergency. You could see nuclear fallout if this were to happen. Other states could respond in kind. We could be on the verge of a nuclear holocaust, and the mainstream news is barely even mentioning it. At the same time, we just had Donald Trump today on Truth Social state that if Iran does not open up the Strait of Hormuz, which just yesterday he said they already had, but now he's saying they're not, then they are going to enjoy the rest of their stay in Iran by blowing up every single civilian infrastructure that Iran has, including their desalination plants and water plants. At the same time, we have Caroline Leavitt coming out and saying that the United States will be reimbursed for this war from all of the Arab states, which is all news to the Arab states, most of whom didn't ask for this war at all. But now they're going to be footing the bill for a war they didn't want. It is getting completely out of control, guys, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Please share this post with everybody you possibly know. Comment down below, stop the war, and like and follow for more. We have
The Guardian is reporting that we might use a nuke on Iran. What? Why would we do that? Because they say if we don't, the Iranians might develop a nuke at a later time. And nukes are so dangerous, we have to make sure to prevent anyone from using it. That's why we're using it. Wait, what? Are you guys insane? And apparently they are insane. So when the White House was asked about it, they say, hey, we're not taking any options off the table. Yeah, you should take that one way off the table. It makes no sense at all. They're saying, hey, destroying the Fordo facility with bunker busters are going to be very difficult. And so the Israelis, as always, are unsatisfied and demand that we do more and we destroy more. So apparently not off the table. That is absolutely insane. Trump has set a deadline of 2 weeks to make this decision on whether he attacks Iran and how he attacks Iran and whether he's going to drag us into Israel's war.
UN diplomat has resigned, and on his way out, he is saying that he is leaking information that the UN is preparing for a nuclear strike to take place with a conflict that's taking place right now between the United States and Iran. Let's take a look at the latest headlines and let me know your thoughts in the comments here. You can see you're sick to want war. Diplomat accuses the UN of preparing a nuclear strike on Iran, and he has quit his role. Here's another one coming out. All you can see these coming out today, March 30th, 2026. UN diplomat quits, warns of possible nuclear weapon use in Iran. Nuclear attack on Iran, UN diplomat resigns, saying, giving up my career to leak the possible nuke missile strike plan. Nuclear attack on Iran, UN diplomat makes a shocking claim before his resignation. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that the conflict in the Middle East is going to go the route of nuclear? We've been hearing the warnings. We've been hearing this all the month of March for 2026 since this war began. In fact, take a look here. I actually shared with you just a week ago, worst case scenario. The Middle East nuclear concerns haunt top health officials. The World Health Organization is being vigilant for any kind of atomic threat. The regional director for the Eastern Mediterranean tells Politico, as we're hearing that the World Health Organization has been warning about a potential nuclear attack as well. Here's another one from last week. You can see the date, March 23rd. World Health Organization prepares for nuclear scenario, including weapons use in Iran. So we've been hearing these warnings, and again, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that we're potentially going to be going nuclear here? And a lot of people are concerned about the threat of potential attacks, as we've heard that Iran has showed video clips of them nuking Israel, nuking the United States. We've seen Lego animations that have been put out regarding the conflict in the Middle East. And in addition to that, people are concerned about the threats of potential attacks here in the U.S., as we heard the warnings coming out back in January that if the United States entered into a conflict, regardless of where it was at, the top priority was to protect the homeland because there were threats of potential attacks on U.S. soil. If you're wondering, where are the potential threats? I've covered in detail the various cities and locations in the United States, but take a look at this just in case you were wondering. We're going to be covering experts list 11 items to have if nuclear war happens, and one New York place to totally avoid. Also, in addition to that, a chilling map shows the 4 safest UN diplomat has resigned.